So after last week, and showing off the Gundam Helios, and the other models that it's based off of, I got to thinking, and it always crosses my mind every time I see it on my shelf, I love the high-grade Gundam X Divider. It's such a cool model and mobile suit, although I've never been a big fan of the Gundam X itself, the original, with satellite cannon. It looks weird, I feel, and in practicality, it can only be used when the moon is out. Kind of weird. This thing is basically, it's the Gundam X, but all the accessories have been, well, enhanced, I feel, and, I mean, improved. First off, you have these fuel tanks, which let it, I think the wiki said 12 hours of flight. If you need to go that long, you also got these little thrusters that can flip up from where the beam sabers are. It has 2 now, where the original X had 1. And I tested out the actual Helios beam effect, and yes, it works. It is a different hue. I think the original is like a lighter green, but I like this better. To each their own. And it had the beam rifle, which turned into a shield, replaced with his double-barrel beam machine gun, which I think was inspired from a battleship cannon. That's pretty neat. So this stuff alone is cool, and the only thing cosmetically to the model, it's like the mobile suit, are these purple parts were replaced from like silver ones or holographic, because they light up with the cannon, but they don't do that now. So yeah, that by itself is cool, but the reason I love the Gundam X Divider is the divider part, right here. This is the divider. It looks unique. It is a shield. I don't know if these do anything, but they are reminiscent, I feel, of the actual Gundam X satellite cannon. And it holds it. It is a pretty small hole, so it holds it okay in the hand. But it can also open up. So you have these hinges that have thrusters, and they keep the whole thing pegged together. Now, this is something, I don't know why they never did Master Grade. We have a Gundam X Master Grade, but if they ever did the X Divider, these would hopefully be hinged, because right now, you just unpeg them and peg them into the side and hope that your model has good enough friction, which mine does. So now it's open up, and this part can peg into the back, and now it's a thruster, a big thruster pack. But I think it can also hold the handle in this mode too. It might have done it in the show once or twice. It's been a while since it's probably been about 10 years. This thing is 10 years old. I'm thinking about doing a series of kits that are 10 years or older. And if they hold up, this guy holds up. For sure. As he falls apart. Thanks for saying thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, it's a backpack, but in this mode, it's also a ranged weapon. It has all these little holes, so it has 6 sets of 3 beam emitters. They can fire, what is that, 6 times 3, I'm really bad at math. You can fire a whole crap load, I think it's 12 beams you can fire at once. Yeah, that's crazy. It's called the beam harmonica. Like, just the fact that it's called a harmonica is really cool in my book. It is so cool. And if you've ever played, what is it, Battle Gundam Breaker, that's the thing. This thing is, to me anyways, is OP. It is such a good weapon. You can just hold it down and it can just fire forever. You level this up to the max and you're good to go. It is a pretty great accessory. I love it. If it wasn't for the beam harmonica, the divider, I probably wouldn't like the Gundam X Divider as much as I do. But because of that, I love it. It's a shield, it's a booster, and it's a beautiful beam harmonica. I love it. I really love it more than the Double X, which obviously, like, the X is supposed to be the successor, like take its strike, freedom. But this thing, I love this thing. To me, I guess you could nowadays you could. It's similar to the Otori, the Strike Otori. But this thing, love it, love it, love it. And the model itself is really great. I love the thinner proportions that they gave the X. It looks really good, and holds together well. The ball joints, polycap ball joints with torsos. I don't know why they did that. Pegs are fine. Whatever, who cares? But no, it's still a great kit. 10 years old as of this year, I believe, and it is still great.